Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. What's up, wagwan? So today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious, scrumptious, well seasoned turkey neck. It's so rich and I just can't wait to share the recipe with you guys. But before I start, just click on that red subscribe button and the bell icon. It's absolutely free and you'll never miss another video that I upload. Alright, so let's get started on this turkey neck. It's going to be so good. Alright, so what you need to begin, you're going to need some powder seasonings. So I have with me some curry, of course, because we're making curry turkey neck. So you can't do it without curry powder, right? You need some salt, not a lot. You're going to need some garlic. Actually, you're going to need a lot of garlic. I used about 8 cloves. You need some onion salt and some garlic powder, some chicken seasoning from Maggie, of course, crushed pimento and some black pepper. In addition, you're going to need some vegetables to put in the turkey neck. When you're making the gravy, you need some onion, scallion, garlic, red sweet pepper, or any other color you have, carrot, tomato, hot Scotch bonnet, cut up, some thyme, ginger, and some potatoes. So this is all that you're going to need when the meat and everything come together. You just add this on top to make the gravy. Now why I added more garlic is because the garlic is very important to getting rid of that gaminess from the turkey and getting out that kind of flavor that a lot of people don't like. The garlic will totally eliminate that rawness and also help to tenderize the meat. Because turkey neck is a very hard, it's a very hard and tough part of the meat, and today I will not be using the pressure cooker. So this is like a no pressure cooker method. If you don't have a pressure cooker available, garlic is going to be your best friend. And don't worry about like the meat is going to taste like garlic. It will not, because everything is going to cook out and the flavor from the garlic, it's going to like escape, so you won't taste it at all. So I have with me here 3.5 pounds of well cleaned and washed turkey neck. You must remove that silver lining from the turkey neck. I like to start off with like a base seasoning. So this would be like the first thing I normally add when I'm cooking turkey neck. The garlic and the salt. Salt is very important to the turkey neck as well, to bring out, you know, all the flavors that are in it. And then the garlic is going to start breaking down the meat from early when you add it first. That's just my little thing, adding a base seasoning. So that's what I add first, and I like to start rubbing it up from early, like with the garlic and the salt. Just ensures that everything start work from early, and then I continue to add the other powder seasonings. I'm using gloves because I really don't like when curry stain my nails. It looks terrible and it's hard to remove. So yeah, I'm going to continue with my pimento and my black pepper. Then I'm going to add the onion salt, the garlic powder, and the chicken seasoning. And this is why you don't need a lot of salt, because the onion salt is very salty. Then you're going to add your curry powder to help the seasonings blend and really gel together. I am adding about a tablespoon or 2 of vegetable oil, and you're going to ensure that everything is evenly coated. And yeah, just continue seasoning up, rubbing up everything, and make sure it's a seasoning there everywhere. And if not, you just add a little bit more, or you continue to massage the meat until everything is well coated. And there's absolutely no getting away from seasoning up a turkey neck. You must season it up good. And this is the reason why a lot of people do not enjoy turkey neck, or them say, you know what, I don't eat turkey neck, I don't like it, just have one taste. That's because it's not seasoned properly. And if you follow this method, trust me, finger licking, you can't go wrong. So after you have on all your powder seasoning them and everything, you're going to proceed with adding the fresh cut up seasonings like your onions, your pepper, thyme and all of that. I am using the Scotch bonnet pepper cut big, like in two, so that when you taste the gravy and it have enough pepper, you can just remove the two big pieces easily. You can just find them easily instead of them lasting at the pot and you don't know where them there and it just get hot. So just add everything little by little, rub up, or you can add everything one time. But you know, to ensure that it go around easily or everything is evenly distributed, you can add it in small amounts. So just add everything, and this is basically self-explanatory. And I'm adding the rest of oil, which is not necessary, but I'm doing it at this point just so that I don't waste anything. So what I'm going to do is to just leave this to marinate overnight. You don't have to, you can let it marinate up maybe between half an hour and an hour before you cook it. So this is the next day. It has marinated overnight. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks a little bit different. So I'm going to start the cooking process now. But before I do, what I like to do is to scrape off the pepper, the onion, any other little herb or fresh seasoning that is stuck to the meat. Why? Because you don't want, when the meat are cooking at the pot, the onion and the thyme or the scallion just burn up in the pot. It is going to leave a bitter taste that you don't want. Plus the sole purpose of the green seasoning is to flavor the gravy. So to begin, I like to season my oil. This is how I learned to cook. This is what my mother always do. Especially with the thyme and the garlic, you just eat up your pot, put in your oil, throw in your thyme, throw in your garlic, and season up the oil. The ginger is just my little thing. You're going to allow that to fry off for about 3 minutes, and then you remove it. Because after a while, them are gonna get burned and leave that bitter taste that we don't want. So you just flavor the oil, remove it, and then you proceed to carefully add your meat. For the purposes of this video, I'm adding them one at a time. But normally what I do, I just throw everything and cover the pot. But just to show you guys what I'm doing, I'm going to add it one at a time. Be careful, don't burn up yourself, because I tell you the oil, as you can see, the oil at is like a volcano. So just be careful. Add everything. It don't really matter if everything have to touch the pot bottom one time, because we're going to move up things in the pot. This is like 15 minutes after cooking. And it's smelling good, it's looking good. You can see the turkey neck has started to release its own juices. So when you just put in the meat in the pot, don't add no water. Just cover the pot and leave it for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Turn down the stove. Don't make the stove like a blaze up high. You can put it like halfway, and then when you open back the pot, you will realize that the meat is releasing its own juices and a lot of water are going there in the pot. So just move around the meat, and what you want is that caramelization, the kind of browning on the ends. That is what's going to really concentrate the seasonings and the flavor of the meat. So just ensure that after a while, the meat to the bottom, you put it to the top, and the meat to the top, you put it to the bottom, so everything just get to mix. And you're going to just basically continue this process until the meat is tender. Continue shifting it around. And I'm not telling you to burn up the turkey neck. You're not burn up the turkey neck. You just make sure so you get look of color, so you can concentrate the flavor on the outside. And also what this does is to lock in the moisture of the meat so it not dry out. At this point, I am going to add the garlic to tenderize the meat, because the searing process done and most or all the sides are caramelized. You see that nice brown look That is what you want. And you're going to add about an entire bulb of garlic. Just strip them off, crush them, strip off the skin, add it, and then you're going to add your hot water. Always remember to use hot water, especially when you're using this type of method to cook your meat, so that you don't slow down the cooking process and don't leave the pot open. So at this point, what I'm going to do is to remove the excess oil. The turkey neck also has a little bit of fat that has added to the oil that I added in the pot initially. So I'm going to just remove that excess oil, not all of it, and then I'm going to proceed by adding more water and then covering the pot and continuing the process. It would be somewhere between this point that you would add your meat to your pressure cooker if you're using a pressure cooker. But this is the no pressure cooker method, so we'll just continue adding our hot water and allowing the turkey neck to cook. And you have to gauge the fire. Don't make the meat burn up. Alright, so at this point, the turkey neck is becoming very tender. I don't know if you can tell. And it's also making the gravy. It's pretty watery at this point, but it's coming along. It's coming along and it's looking so good, and it tastes, trust me, the taste turn all the way up. So what I'm doing here is just adding 2 large pieces of potato to help to make the gravy. Why I add them so big? Because I want to be able to find those pieces of potato when them cook and get soft. So that small piece has cooked. So now what I'm just doing is crushing it to the side of the pot. What that is going to do is to enrich the gravy with some potato starch, so the gravy can get body and build up. If you don't like to use cornstarch, this is what you can do to make your gravy. Just use some starchy vegetable and add it to your gravy or your water-based gravy, and it will make a nice thick gravy for you. Now is when you're going to add the remaining season. So after you did scrape off the turkey neck and leave the seasonings behind, now is the point when you put it back on the meat and you start to make your gravy. You just make everything cook down and you make it simmer for about 15 minutes, and this is going to be the end result. A thick, rich, delicious gravy. And may I tell you, the flavor, everything turn up in it. It's tender. It come right off of the bone and I have to fight it. No resistance. It's so delicious. Just look how tender this meat is. As soon as you put the fork on the meat, it just come right off the bone, and it not overcook, it not mash out in the pot. It nice. So till me I tell them, I not exaggerate. Ask anybody who eat my turkey neck, oh it nice. And I'm serving it with my fragrant rice. You can find that video uploaded. You can see the tag now. Just click on it to watch that video. So yes, this is my curried turkey neck served with fragrant rice. It's so delicious, and guys, I really hope you like it. I really want you to try it. Come back and tell me what you think about this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Try it, man. You know you want to try it. It's sweet, you see.